Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dixie Nichols, and today is day 15 of my 30-day YouTube challenge. I'm at the halfway mark. It's been pretty good so far. It's been pretty expansive so far because I get to show up consistently for myself and for the work that I do. So today I am going to share with you my Qigong practice. I'm a huge believer in rituals, and I'm a huge believer in restorative practices. And I have rituals that I partake in every day, and I have restorative practices that I partake in every day. So some of my simple restorative practices include deep breaths, just stopping what I'm doing when I feel overwhelmed and taking a deep breath. And I call those moments when I stop to do something to nourish my body in a very simple way, petite pauses. So I take petite pauses daily, and I encourage you to take petite pauses too, because they bring you back down to the ground when you start levitating because of whatever is going on, whatever is pulling at your energy in the world, whether it's at your workplace, whether it's in your home, children, spouses, friends, co-workers, physical work that you might be doing, things that you're thinking about, dreams that you're working on, etc., etc., etc. So when you feel like things are getting out of hand, take a petite pause. And a petite pause is exactly that, petite. It doesn't have to be a full minute of meditation. It could be 30 seconds of just deep, intentional diaphragmatic breathing. It could simply be watching up in the skies at the clouds go by and seeing a rapid in the cloud formation. It can simply be watching people walk by, people watching. It's one of the things that I like to do, not to judge, but just to watch people, just be who they are at the time when they're passing. I love doing it. I've been doing it since I was a kid, loved it at airports, still love it in crowded places. So simple things can bring you back, bring all the energies back, call them back to your body. And the world feels wild right now. It's like a whirlwind. A whirlwind. And so centering ourselves is extremely important. And this is why restorative practices are important for me. So I have petite pauses as a restorative practice. And I also have still got these Invisalign. They're still giving me a challenge. I also have longer restorative practices, and I think I mentioned in one of my videos that Qigong is one of those. So today I am bringing you into a piece of my Qigong practice. So I have these on because I have a community called the Pause Pod community. It's a private paid community where women gather to talk about all things health and well-being as we grow older and during the menopausal transition. And so I'll drop the link in case you want to join and be a part of that community. I am only making space for people who are aligned, not people who have toxicities to bring to a space. We're getting rid of that. We have released all of that. We want a space that's nourishing and caring, a space where we can help support one another. It's not about any one person. It's not centered on anyone, not even me. It's centered around the well-being of the community. So that's what the Pause Pod community is. And every Tuesday morning, I bring members who want to be part of my Qigong practice to come in. So I invite the members to come in. Sometimes I'm there with a few members, and sometimes I'm there with no one. I'm by myself. And I'm able to do that because this practice, my AM practice, happens whether people show up or not. I'm just inviting them into my practice. And this is usually where I do my Qigong in the morning. I do it in other places. Sometimes I go outside into the park, or I might do it on the deck outside or on the grass. But it's kind of cool outside, and I get up pretty early in the morning, and I'm not going outside in the dark by myself. And it's pretty dark at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, who's going to do Qigong at that hour? So I do it here. This is my kind of go-to place. My mat sits here and I do my Qigong here. So this morning I am going to do one of my fave Qigong practices, Qigong restorative practices, one of my fave flows. It's called Shurba Shur, and Shurba Shur is 18 movements, and it's the series of 18 loops linked together, and that's why it's called 18 movements. So I'm not gonna do the entire thing on here, but I'm just gonna do like the first 6 of them so that you can see some of the things that I engage myself in as I grow older, to support my bone health, to support my agility, to support my grounding stance, to call my energies back into my body. This is what I do. So come on with me and see what I do. So I usually take my glasses off, of course, but I think I'll leave my glasses on today. So first of all, I get myself into alignment and posture, and first thing is to relax and open the joints. So I do that. My feet are shoulder width apart. Usually my teacher showed me how to do this, to make sure my feet are shoulder width apart. That's one way. Some people just do it like this. And relax, open all the joints of the body. So relax, open the joints of the face. Relax, open the joints of the neck. Shoulders, relax, open the elbows, the wrists. Fingers are open. Arms are open and slightly away from the body, facing inward. This is just the way I do it. I was taught to do it, but I know there are some Qigong masters and, pros that do like this, but I just do what my teachers have taught me. And relax, open the waist, hip, thighs, knees, ankles, toes. All 10 toes are flat on the ground. They're open, relaxed. All 5 points of both feet are touching the ground. Now, if you have an arch in the feet, it's okay. Your feet may tilt to the opposite side just a bit, but that's okay. Feet are flat, and we form what's called a Tai Chi pole. We lift the perineum this way, so we don't want to go like this. We go like this to lengthen the back, and then slightly tuck the chin in. And we form the Tai Chi pole. Heaven is yang, earth is yin. Think of an axis running through the crown of the head, which is called the byway, down through the central meridian, out through the perineum into the ground. We are now a conduit of energy. Well, I'm doing it, so I am now a conduit of energy. Then I relax my chest and sink my breath down into my lower dantian or down into my belly. And as I inhale, I feel my stomach rise like a balloon, and then on the exhale, I pull my stomach back toward my spine and exhale. Once you relax the chest, the breath sinks down, the diaphragm pulls, and you get maximum oxygen into the lungs. Then it's all about coming into awareness of the external environment. So I am in awareness of what's happening in the outer world. And now I turn my awareness inward to what's happening internally. Being in awareness of everything that's happening around me, internally and externally, not focusing on anything, but just observing and being in awareness. And then finally, before I begin my flow, I smile. I put a smile on my face because a smile sends a message to the heart center. It sends a message to every cell in my body that in this moment, I am well. All is well. I am content. It also reminds us to bring some joy and some fun into the practice, and to not always take life as seriously as we do, but to always incorporate joy into the things that we do. Find joy in the things that we do. And this is the Wuji posture. So notice my knees are open like this. I don't collapse them like that. I open what's called the quad right here. I tuck my tailbone under, lifting the perineum. The quad is open, so my knees are open, but feet are facing forward. And this is Wuji, it's stillness. This is actually a stance. You can stand in this position for as long as you want to. This is standing meditation, and Qigong in itself is moving meditation. And so this is stillness, this is yin, this is rest, and I am potential energy. And from stillness always comes movement. And from potential energy comes kinetic energy, energy in motion. That's kind of what I do to start, get myself into postural alignment, and then I begin the practice. So I don't always begin with this particular Qigong flow, but in every Qigong flow that I do, I have to stand in Wuji. Like, this is the start. This is always the start. And when I come back to rest, if I'm not moving from one flow into the next without stopping, then I come back to rest. I come back to the resting stage, which is called Shi, rest, right? So now I can begin my movement again. I'm back in alignment. Usually that alignment that I just did takes 10 seconds because I just get into alignment, relax, do all the things, form the Tai Chi pose, come into awareness, smile. Everything happens really fast. I just slowed it down to explain to you what it is I'm doing. So once I'm ready, I'm centered and grounded and ready to move, I start to move. So this is called just breathing. It's the first step or first loop of Shirashu. I let my wrists and elbows guide my movement, and I synchronize my breath with my movement. So chi rises, inhale. Chi falls, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. There's a slight bend to my knee as I go down. I'm giving y'all a little lesson here. And just so you know, I'm a certified Qigong instructor. I've been studying, learning Qigong for 11 years. And it's a lot to learn, but it's a beautiful practice, especially for an aging body, a midlife body. Builds resilience, strength, agility, helps with confidence. Okay, so now I'm going to elongate my breath. And so I go out to the second one, open chest. And I hold. Inhale up, hold the breath. Exhale, hold the breath. Inhale up, open chest, hold the breath. Exhale, down. This is a very common and popular Qigong flow in China and in other Asian countries. You see folks outside in the park doing it all the time. And so there is Shirashu 1, and Shubhasha 2 each has 18 steps. So Shubhasha is the easier, Shubhasha 1 is easier, and then Shubhasha 2 is a little bit more difficult, but it's still doable with practice, right? And so open, I got confused there for a little bit, and down. And I can move right into the next flow, but I'm just choosing now to come back to stillness and feel the movements in my body. And you notice how my body feels. Feel the sensations, the tingling that's happening in my body. Feel my chi. So those are 2 movements, and now the next one is called Paint the Rainbow. And this one goes from side to side. There are physical benefits of this movement as well as spiritual benefits. So for people who don't subscribe to the spiritual benefits, we say, take the physical. Because trust me, the physical is real. Imagine moving nonstop like this for 18 movements and being repetitive for 18 different movements. You get a workout. And so this is Paint the Rainbow, and your eyes can follow your hand as you move. I'm going to take out my glasses. And you can do each one for, I don't know, 12, how much ever you want. So this is Paint the Rainbow. Okay, and then I move right into the next, which is Separating Clouds. Why did I put my glasses back on? That's just such a habit. Just having my glasses on is such a habit. Oh my God. Never mind, I'll just keep it on. So that's number 3. Number 4 is Separating Clouds. So Separating Clouds, just bend the back from the hip, not from the waist, right? You don't want to damage. So bend down and simple. Separate clouds. Exhale as you go down. Inhale as you rise. She rises, she falls. Inhale, exhale. Again, I can do these. Sometimes I do them for 20 loops. Sometimes I do 10. Just depends on how much you feel like you are capable of doing. And every day I feel different. So, and then after this, we could move right into the next thread. Not thread, right into the next loop. Again, I can just move right into it, or I could come back to stillness. Coming back to stillness, always in Wuji position, hands at my side, resting. This is the yin portion of the practice. Keeping my chest relaxed so that my breath can continue to sink into my abdomen. Shi, rest. And then I can move into the next portion. So I bring my hand here, right along where the lower dantian is. And this is, I've had many different Qigong teachers. And so some of these moves are given different names based on the school of Qigong. And there are many, many schools of Qigong. So this is called Retrieve Monkey. And I learned this from my very first teacher. Because Shubhasha was one of the first Qigong flows that I learned when I started to practice Qigong. So looking back, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. This is just me kind of guiding you guys through what I do. I'm looking at my screen and I keep squinting. I miss my glasses. Yeah, I don't wear contacts. I've been trying to get into contacts. So my other teacher taught me that this is called pulling thread. Now you see some people, you sometimes look back like this. I like looking back. And then you have some that just do like this. Back to center, back to resting, back to yin. Notice how the body feels. I am noticing how my body feels. Tingly and responsive and light and grounded. And I'm gonna do the last one with you because I'm not gonna do all 18. This one is called row the boat. So this is like a rotation. So row the boat. What does this look like? Wars, right? Yeah. So take a look at the physical benefits of this. Forget about the spiritual if you are not into Qigong like that. Just for the physical benefits, it's incredible. And anybody can do this. Elderly people can do it. Children can do it. And as I rise, I inhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Rowing the boat. Exhale down. One more time. And hands back to routine. Noticing how my body feels, all of the sensations that I feel. Keeping that smile on my face. And this is a peek at my practice. Wanted to share that with you today for day 14. I'm going to continue, but I am going to end here. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you for video 15 tomorrow. Bye.